Hey everyone, I hate doing videos like this, but when it's due, it's due. So this is a 2007 Yukon that we put a Dashkin dash on it. These Dashkins run around, 150 bucks or so, 165, 170, something like that, depending on the vehicle. Some of them go up to like $200. But for this, it really wasn't worth us putting a new dash into this. We had some really bad cracks, especially around the speaker area here. And it was starting to get a really bad rattle just because there was a crack going all the way through. And Dashskin advertises that basically as long as you have at least the frame of the dash left, doesn't matter how many holes or how big it's missing, it'll work just fine. It sounded like a really good product, and after watching a lot of videos and reviews, I threw down the money for it, and we got it. And after we got it installed, we cleaned it up with some liquid performance vinyl leather dressing, just gently wiping it down. It's going to be kind of hard to see in this lighting, but we actually had some of the dye started coming off of it and making some swirls. It just kind of looked really weird. We cleaned it up, ended up just kind of using just some light soap and water, cleaned it up, but it still took a lot of that initial little pretty finish off of it. But no big deal, it fixed the rattle. I don't expect miracles for that price. But unfortunately, it's only been a few months. I'll say like 2 or 3 months. And look, we have a crack here. It's kind of bubbled up here. And there's another crack. It's kind of hard to see in the lighting, but right there, you can see it's already forming. That crack already runs like going towards that vent hole. So pretty disappointed. When I contacted Dashskins about the fading, this was the solution. They sent me a can of basically dye. They said I could apply this to a rag and just gently wipe down the interior pieces of it. I guess that works okay, but I mean, I'm not using anything really crazy or harsh to clean it with, so I don't understand why it would fade so fast. I mean, especially this was like literally 1 hour after, taking the weights off of it. I did read the instructions. I did use a alcohol-based cleaner, like 80% alcohol, to wipe down the dash so it had good adhesion on both the back side of the dash skin and also the existing dash. It fit okay. You can see it's not perfect. There's a little nub there, but it looks a lot better than having your dash all cracked up into bits. And I was okay with that until it started falling apart. And once again, it's only been like 2 or 3 months, and that crack is just going to get worse. It's going to go all the way down, and this is going to get worse. It's going to go all the way down. You can already see how much of it is starting to crack there. Now you can really see it. And then of course this little bubbling. So I used 2 tubes of adhesive. I opted to get the extra tube, and I went definitely a little bit overboard. Anywhere where there was a hole or really bad crack, I ran beads on both sides of it. I zigzagged all under the dash. And I mean, you can tell it's pretty well on there. And I weighted it down really well too. I tried to make sure I had plenty of weights to conform to the dash going across, and I let it sit. I applied it late in the afternoon because it was really hot during the summer. I didn't want it to be like 120 degrees in the vehicle. I applied it late in the day after the AC had been ran and it was kind of cooler in here. Kept the windows cracked and let it sit overnight, a little bit through the next morning, waiting the proper amount of time for it to adhere. I didn't even drive the vehicle for like a day and a half to 2 days after installing the dash. Just to make sure everything was really good. Also the smell from the adhesive, if you've ever dealt with like models or anything like that, it took like a month for that smell just to not be so strong in here. Honestly, I'm really disappointed. I hate to badmouth a product that I thought would be a good bang for buck kind of thing versus installing the dash, but I mean, you can see where it just kind of bowed up right there. And I'm okay with that. Like, I can live with that if that's the only problem. I can live with this. I mean, that's just part of it. I understand it's just a cover. I can live with that. But these other issues with basically the coating just coming off, and I mean cracking not only in one but two places, and you know, not even being 100 days after install here is pretty disappointing. So my recommendation, I hate to say it, but would be to avoid Dashskin, just because of these issues. And I mean, when I reached out to their customer service about it, you know, I'm glad, yeah, hey, cool, they sent me a can. That's awesome. I guess I'll just, you know, apply that myself. But if I have to reapply it, you know, every month or so just to keep my dash looking somewhat okay-ish, I don't think that's a viable solution. I guess I'm just disappointed in it. You know, I think I had realistic expectations, and unfortunately, I can't recommend this product, and mainly because of the cracks. I could live with everything else, but you know, if it had been 2 or 3 years, yeah, maybe I'd expect some light cracking, but not 2 months. That's not okay. In my book, I feel like it's an inferior product, and not super impressed with our customer support when I have reached out to them and said, hey, we have issues. So sorry, Dashskins, you're not going to win this one. Anybody that's looking at them, hey, if your dash is completely gone, it's not a terrible product. Just don't expect it to last for a super long time, I guess. As always, guys, be safe and all the way.